Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Korede.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from the world right now. Thank you so very much for joining the first Young SIOP Network annual business meeting. Thank you for creating time to be part of this. Thank you for out of your busy schedule. I know some of you are at work right now. Some of you are just waking up. Wherever you are in the part of the world, this is so dear to us, and we really appreciate your time for joining. My name is Koyede Akindele. I'm the chair of the Young SIOP Network, and it's a wonderful privilege to have every one of you being part of this wonderful meeting. We're going to be having a great time, uh, like we've been saying during our communication to you. So all you need to do is to just stay tuned to everything that will be happening here for the next couple of hours. And I know that we're going to have a great time together. I'm going to be introducing them better when it comes to time. The steering committee of the Young SIOP, they are all here. From the vice chair, which is Louisa. She's here. I have Gabriela is here. I have Daniel. Daniel is here. And I know other people are trying to join. These are wonderful people, and everyone from every part of the world, our international leaders that are here, our steering group members that are here. Thank you so much. And a very big thank you to the SIOP secretariat for doing this alongside with us. Thank you, Anelia, for your time with us. So we welcome everyone. It's going to be a wonderful time. Just stay tuned, and as we go through together. Thank you for joining, and thank you for joining so early. And so we can move on the slide. And okay, so today is going to be wonderful, and this is what the outline of today is going to look like. This is a welcome and outline introduction of the Young SIOP and SIOP landscape. This is what the agenda is going to look like. And so we just want everyone to just spend some quality time with us. And it's not just gonna be an information session or just a talking session. There's a lot of goodies packaged in this virtual meeting. And some people is gonna actually go end this meeting as a winner. Everybody is a winner, but we have amazing gifts for every one of us to have a wonderful time in this meeting. So okay. Thank you so much, Fatima, for that prompting. Am I loud now? Okay, good, perfect. All right, so this is the agenda for the meeting. It's going to be a wonderful time. So let's go quickly because of time. The next slide. Okay, so everyone, I want you to, on your screen now, I'm sure we all see something like a star, which is the Young SIOP. It has young on it, young. So all through this session, you would see this star on the slides. So please pay attention to this slide. Pay attention to the wordings on the slide, because the wordings has a meaning, and at the end of the whole session, you will be imputing the words that comes up on this star into the link that will be shared. And anybody with the right answer and the fastest finger, because I know there's going to be a lot of right answer, and the fastest finger would definitely go home today with an award, with a winning prize.
Well, it's a raffle, so they get entered.
Yeah, so it's a raffle. So it's going to be a raffle. Like I said, it's going to be a raffle. So just all you need to do is pay attention to the star. The star will always come up as interval on the slide, but it comes with a word, and it's going to be a raffle. So after that, we have a lot of winner, and then the raffle will be done. And then who knows? I can be the winner. Who knows? You can be the winner. But someone is just definitely going to win a prize. And there are prizes, not just one prize. So can we move on? Okay, so this is the raffle. So I mean, this is how it works. The raffle, okay. This is a test question for the raffle. So everyone, with your phone, with your computer, you can just log onto this link, or better still, you can you can scan these barcodes. I mean, it takes you to the page of the raffle. Okay, thank you so much. I mean, I think we have it on the link now. Thank you so much. So you are to answer the questions in the page. You have to answer each question. So every time this raffle page comes up, there's a question in the link that you need to answer. So please, you have to answer, but while answering it, please, to be eligible to win the prize, please include your real name. Now, and when we say your real name, your name that is being registered with the SIOP, so that we can know. So for example, maybe you logged in on this platform now with just one part of your name. But we just want you to please try as much as possible to put your real name and your full name and your email address, which is so important. So I know right now somebody might just be doing this right now by just scanning the barcode, or just on the chat. The link has been dropped on the chat. You can just click on it, and then you answer the question. So this is how the raffle will be. Every time the raffle questions comes up either through like this and comes up with a link. So all you need to do, scan, put your real name, it's so important, and your email address. Thank you so much. Once again, I welcome everyone on behalf of the steering committee of the Young SIOP Network to the first annual Young SIOP Annual Business Summit. Thank you for joining, and it's going to be a wonderful time. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to drop comments on the chat box. We will be there to answer your questions. There's going to be a time for feedback, but if you have any questions while the session is going on, our team are ready to give answers immediately so that you can have your questions. And do well to do something quickly. Why do you can do a tweet. Just go on Twitter right now and tweet about the Young SIOP Annual Business Meeting. You're there live. Use hashtag Young SIOP, be a Young SIOP, and tag the Young SIOP Network, tag SIOP Network on Twitter. You can screenshot yourself and say, right now, I'm live at the Young SIOP Network Annual Business Meeting happening live. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll pass it over to the Vice Chair now.
Thanks, Karidi, and welcome everyone. I wanted to add my voice to welcome you all here today. It's a real pleasure to be hosting and co-hosting this ABM with everyone. Can everyone hear me okay at my volume level? A thumbs up will be fine. I will assume yes, unless I'm told otherwise. So what I'd like to start by doing is that I often get a lot of questions from new folks that are joining our network or who want to get involved, that they don't necessarily understand exactly where the Young SIOP Network fits in the global SIOP sphere, and how it is structured and how we interface with the other networks. And this is something that I really feel should be more transparent and should be more easily accessible to people both within our network and outside of it. And so I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of set the stage at the beginning to kind of show you where we are on the map, so to speak. So there's a little bit more of an understanding how everything is set up. So, as most of you know, the SIOP Board of Directors is the major head of the entire SIOP organization, which consists of the president, the past and incoming president, the Secretary General, the Treasurer, the local organizing chair, and representatives from some of the below networks and committees. We also have a separate branch of the SIOP Secretariat, which is a term you've probably heard before, but consists of a wide range of employed individuals that help support the SIOP organization, includes our CEO, Suzanne, our Executive Director of Programs and Strategy, Tessie, our Administrator, Anelia, who's so kindly helping us with this session. We also have a marketing and communications expert and law policy expert and advisors that all support SIOP on a global scale. Below the SIOP Board of Directors and reporting to the SIOP Board of Directors, there is a collection of networks, a collection of committees, and a collection of Continental branches. And together, these three different kind of ways of dividing SIOP, you can think of them separately. So an individual can be part of a network, part of a committee, and part of a Continental branch at the same time. They are not mutually exclusive. In fact, everybody who is a member of SIOP is generally a part of one Continental branch based on the country in which they reside. So for example, here, I am in Canada, so I am part of SIOP North America, which is a Continental branch within SIOP, and anybody in the world would be technically part of their Continental branch. So there's like slight rules differentiating the payment structure fees for the different organizations, but the concept is the same. Within the networks, many individuals are also automatically part of a network. So for example, within Young SIOP Network, anybody under the age of 40 or approximately at that age, when they register their membership with SIOP, becomes a member of the Young SIOP Network. And so together we represent the interests of everyone under the age of 40 or earlier in their career globally. And that is like kind of what our little house is within SIOP. Committees are generally interest-based or have a specific focus or task related to the SIOP mandate. So to break it down a little bit further, you can see here that I've separated out the networks, committees, and Continental branches. So all of the networks that exist within SIOP are the Epidemiology and Outcomes Network, which is a brand new network and is just in the process of recruiting leadership at the moment. The Global Health Network, the Nursing Network, our Nutrition Network, the Supportive Care Network, Pediatric Psycho-Oncology or PPO, and the Women Leaders in Pediatric Oncology or WLPO networks. And then finally at the end is us, the Young SIOP Network. So what we have tried to really do in recent years is to establish and support a presence and relationship with the rest of the networks within SIOP, the non-board of directors committees, and the Continental branches to ensure that all of our members around the world with varied degrees of interest and training are heard at all levels of SIOP. So because we are an age-based network as opposed to an interest-based network, we try really hard to figure out how we can support the different needs and interests of individuals that are within our network. The committees that exist that folks can join. So I've highlighted in blue here the ones that are specific to the board of directors that are not accessible from the outside, but which are available to other people from an election standpoint are the Advocacy Network, the Education and Training Network, our Membership Committee. Oh, sorry, those are committees, not networks. The Membership Committee, PARC, which is our Programs for Advanced Research Competencies. I believe I might have said that wrong. Publication and Endorsement, and Scientific Committees. And in fact, the Young SIOP Network does have a representative on each of these committees, with the exception of the Scientific Committee, though there are certainly younger individuals that are elected and part of the Scientific Committee. It's just not a formal relationship. And then within our Continental branches, as I already mentioned, there is SIOP Europe, SIOP Africa, SIOP Asia, SLAOP, which represents South America, SIOP Oceania, and SIOP North America. And each of those individual Continental branches is a little bit different. And hopefully we're going to hear from, I believe, nearly all of our Continental branches a bit later in our presentation, and some of the relationships that we've been trying to build with young folks working in each of these different Continental branches around the world. So within the Young SIOP Network, this is kind of a global view of our structure. We have at the top our steering group, which is myself as a vice chair, Kariti as our chair, and then we have an additional 4 steering group members. So there's a total of 6 of us at the moment, but we are hoping to expand that number to be 7 or 8 individuals by the time of our next election, and I'll get to that in a little bit. And together we are the main leadership within the Young SIOP Network and report directly to the SIOP Board of Directors. And so Kariti, as our chair, sits on the SIOP Board of Directors and represents the Young SIOP Network on a global scale. But many of us are representatives in other committees and networks, and we also chair our working groups. So our working groups within the Young SIOP Network, we have 4 main ones at the moment, which may continue to evolve and adapt in the next year or two. Our longstanding and active groups are our education working group and our social media working group, which, excuse me, as they describe, our social media working group supports all of our social media platforms and our communications in that respect. Our education working group is our main mandate is to, develop and run our annual education day at the SIOP Congress. And we've been expanding that recently as well. And Gabby will tell us about that in a moment. We have a membership engagement working group, which is primarily based to support a lot of the administrative components of our network. And in addition to ensuring that we have connection with all of our members and with all of our working groups and liaisons, and ensuring transparency and communication. And our events and networking working group, which has historically been called a collaborative event working group that focuses on in-person events at the SIOP Congress, but maybe continuing to evolve again in the next year or two. Not below that, but kind of adjacent to that, within our we have our liaisons and representatives to the other committees and networks, as I mentioned on the other slide. So these are individuals that primarily have been elected or selected into their positions and report directly to the networking committee that they are a part of, but also keep us as a point person or a connection to those networks so that we have a sense of what's going on and what are issues that are relevant to the Young SIOP members around the world. And we're going to be hearing from many of our liaisons and representatives in this meeting today. Outside of all of these leadership positions is the general membership of the Young SIOP Network. So as I mentioned, all SIOP members that are less than or equal to 40 years of age, with rare exceptions for significant delays in career progression due to family, health, or other reasons, are eligible for membership within the Young SIOP Network, which does come with reduced membership fees, and a chance to be a part of our global community. So anybody who is a general member of the Young SIOP Network is eligible to be to run for election for the positions and in our leadership capacity, and is eligible to apply for awards that are administered through our network. And so we encourage folks to maintain their Young SIOP membership in order to continue to be eligible for those awards and to continue to benefit from all the perks of our membership. And there's our second secret word. So if you've been paying attention, you saw the first one with Kariti, and here is the second one with me. So write those down and keep track of them. There will be 3 more words scattered throughout the presentation, which you need to enter at the end of the presentation in order to be eligible to win our grand prize. All right. So with that, I'll pass it back to Kariti, who will formally introduce some of the individuals working within our Young SIOP Network.
All right, thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you so much, everyone, once again, for being part of this meeting. Daniel, I hope people are tweeting. Do we have buzz on our Twitter? So, I mean, we want you to also talk about these on the social media. So do well to just drop a tweet. Do well to do a screen match and then post it on your social page to let people know the Young SIOP is having an annual business meeting right now. Okay, so I'm here to just introduce the Young SIOP Steering Committee, and which these are wonderful people I've been privileged to work with for the past 1.5 years. Like you see, myself, I'm the chair of the Young SIOP. My name is Korede Akindele. I'm from Nigeria. And I have also, so I'm going to, as it is put on the slide, I'm just going to follow it like that. So I have Daniel Owit Morley. Dr. Daniel is steering committee and is the chair of the social media working group. Hi, Daniel, you want to do a wave? Okay, yeah, that's Daniel. And also I have Gabriela Venuna from Argentina. Gabby, she's the person with a big table, has a lot of things on her table. She also go work at the education group, and then she's hi Gabby, you want to say wave to people? Hi, that's Gabby. And also I don't know if Sid is here. Okay, she's not here. She's Cindy Stepleton is from Canada, and then she's a chair education working group. So let me wave a hand on behalf of her so that you can. And so I have here Erin Kristen Pagan, going from US. She's the chair of the event working group. And formally, we used to, I'm sure by the time we get to that, we'll talk more about that. It used to be collaborative now, but we are evolving into event. Hi, Erin, you want to wave to people? Okay, good. And you have met Louisa. Louisa Gola, she's from Canada. She's the vice chair and she's the chair of the membership working group of the Young SIOP. So these are wonderful people working together to drive your agenda, to drive your interest in SIOP. And feel free to reach out to any one of us when we meet at conference. Feel free to send us an email or to ask questions, and we would definitely be ready to serve you. Thank you. And so I just want to quickly talk about our young working group membership. So like Louisa have said the other time, we have 4 working group at SIOP, Young SIOP. We open maybe in the future, one will come up, but these are the working groups, and these are amazing people working in the working groups. Yes, I can't mention everyone's name, but these are people that are doing wonderful job. Yes, we have chairs that chairs all these groups that sit on the board of the Young SIOP Network, but the work are being done by people working together on this team to do amazing work. And I want to use this opportunity, I think, let's use this opportunity to appreciate all our working group members for time. Sometimes some of you have to attend meetings after work, early morning, midnight, your hour, and it's been wonderful result that we get on the Young SIOP Network. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate everyone. If there is a name you've seen here that looks like someone you know, these are wonderful people driving every of the working group. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, I think we move on. All right, so so this is my main assignment while I am here. So like we all know, the Young SIOP, I'm the chair of the Young SIOP Network, and my role is to just lead the team that drives the SIOP agenda. I represent the SIOP, the Young SIOP Network on the board of the SIOP, representing the interests of every Young SIOP member, advocating for the work that we do, and getting feedback from the board level, passing it over to the steering committee, and sometimes this information comes to the members of the Young SIOP. That is my role and that is my responsibility. And the Young SIOP is being coordinated, the activity of the Young SIOP is being coordinated by the chair and the co-chair. And this year, that was a new development as per the SIOP policy, that every network of the Young SIOP should have a chair and co-chair for better operation and for easy transition in case the chair is unable to attend to 1 or 2 things, so that things can move on and then we can have a seamless operation. And my job is to lead the team, to coordinate the activity of the meetings, to coordinate the correspondence between the board and also the Young SIOP Network, and to represent the Young SIOP on every activity that's related to the board level. And that is my assignment as a Young SIOP chair. And I'm being worked together by the Young SIOP steering group that I shared the picture the other time. To support the work that I do, they support my sitting on the board level. If there is something the board is expecting from us, to respond back this team will sit down together, brainstorm on it together, and then we do together. If there is an initiative from the Young SIOP Network, this team will work around it together. So there is no boss, there is no, we are all a team trying to achieve the SIOP goal and trying to make the Young SIOP Network a place of connection, a place of collaboration for every member. Like I said, you are with us if you are within 40 or just cross 40. So if you just cross 40 here, you are still a Young SIOP member. We would release you when we are ready to release you. But if you are within 40, this is the place you need to be. This is the place you need to connect. And so that is it. So okay, from the board level this time, as we all know, SIOP 2024 Congress is, this is May. It's just like 3-4 months to come in Hawaii, Honolulu. It's coming. So I hope every one of us is preparing. The abstract have been submitted, the abstract has been scored, and then we're going to be having your feedback if you submit abstract. And so at the Congress, like you know, at the education session, the Young SIOP, we have our education day at the Young SIOP Network. You're going to be hearing more of that, more of the programs highlighted for this year education day from when the time comes from Gabby, of the programs, of the activity that is online with you. But more than just the, I just want to reiterate, more than just the education program, more than just attending sessions, we also encourage you to attend our other programs, such as the expert launch. The expert launch, I think the registration is ongoing now. Please just sign up. And someone might be winning something about the expert launch. The education is not going out. Please just sign up right now so that you can locate a space for yourself early. We find it so painful when people had to come and say, you know what, I didn't register, I want to be here, and the whole city is filled up. So this is a time for you to register. I don't know if we can get a link, and then if we have it, maybe we can just drop it on the chat that people before the end of this meeting for people to sign up. Also, the collaborative event. That's our our network dinner that happens within the Congress. It's such an amazing thing that you just have to be part. That is where we connect. As much as we roll these programs out, as much as we roll these activities out, we also want the community of the young people. Okay, good. Okay. So we also want the community of the young people to connect at the SIOP Congress. So more than just we seeing ourselves in sessions, we want connections, you want to ask questions, you want to relate. Please, we want that community of collaboration, of fostering things together and achieving things together. So that's, for me, that's much more. I mean, the sessions are great, but let's collaborate, let's build unionism so that by 2025 annual business meeting, we can talk about more of our unionism. We can talk about more of our collaborations, and the steering committee is ready to support you to achieve whatever goal you want to achieve. Also, last year we launched the conference accommodation, which is the discounted price. So maybe if you are here and you are benefit of that project last year, can you just give a reaction? Maybe someone is here. The winners of last year, if you are here. If you are a winner last year, can you just give a reaction? You won the conference accommodation in Canada. Okay, maybe none of them is here. So if you're here, please give a reaction. This is being supported by a children's hospital in Barcelona. And then so we are looking forward to it again this year. We're going to be having much information about it for you, and then about the conference accommodation. And why are we doing this? We're trying as much as possible to make coming to the SIOP Congress easy and accessible and worthy for our Young SIOP member. Yes, the numbers we have now might not cover everybody, but we believe we have started already since last year. We believe as we continue to do this, we will continue to enlarge, and then maybe very soon one day there will be a full hostel that just houses all Young SIOP members, and then we can do all our activity after the Congress. We can have a camp night, we can have a fire night in that place where every one of us is just connecting and mingling with ourselves. I hope it happens before I step down as the chair of my terms complete. I hope it happens, and it's going to be a wonderful experience. That is where we are going, making Young SIOP Network a place of collaboration, a place of connection for everyone, not just you being part of a network by name, but being actively part of it and enjoying the benefit of that society from the network that you belong to. Also, I think I started it a little, our terms of reference is changed, and I gave a little bit about it. So I'm going to delve more into it right now. So our terms of reference is changed, and now we have two co-chair, which serve concurrently together, and I am the chair. Louisa is the vice chair. And I talk about our responsibility. The responsibility is two. The responsibility of the chair is to liaise with the board and represent the Young SIOP Network on everything relating to the board level. So it's two. We have the board role and the non-board role. The co-chair is a non-board role, but the chair is a board role. Now, it's the way it works is if the chair is unavailable or has an ability to attend the board meeting or any board assignment, the co-chair can represent the board, the chair at the board level, but both of them coordinate the activities of the Young SIOP, and they run for 2 years, 2 years approximately, and then there's a 6-month transition from the chair. For example, my tenure is going to be ending next year, and then 6 months to that, when there is a new chair, which there's going to be definitely an election. So there's going to be, after my time, there's going to be a 6 month where, let me use a layman word, where it's just for me to watch and observe things and then be able to pass the baton to the new chair. And so, I mean, in the course of our work, and then the leadership, like I said, the leadership and coordination of the steering committee is done by the chair and the non-chair. Both their responsibility is to coordinate and manage the Young SIOP Network. So you can just read more about our new terms of reference on the SIOP website. Just go to the Young SIOP page on the SIOP website. You can read more about it, about our new terms. I'm just trying to just pick out the key role and the key information. And also, in the new terms of reference, we have included the International Young Leader Group. We're going to be hearing more about that in the course of this meeting. Just stay tuned, and that's why you need to stay with this meeting all through. So we are looking at expanding the steering committee. There's a role to expand the steering committee into from 6 to 8. And in the course of the year, we are hoping we will have that role open, and so that we can have more steering committee. But so far, the co-chair and the chair, they work 3 years within the line, but you have a chance to be re-elected. You have a chance to put in again for election. For example, if I end my term and next year, I have a chance to re-elect, and then, but I can't serve more than 2 times. Both cannot serve more than 2 times. So yeah, so that we can, the purpose of this is so that we can allow more people, more leadership, more people to get more involved in leadership role, and then we can galvanize more ideas into Young SIOP. And like I used to say, the goal is to just make the Young SIOP a more desirable place for everybody to connect, for everybody to learn, for everybody to explore what is in SIOP. So for more information on our terms of reference, I would like to go deeper into it because of time. You can go on the SIOP website, and then you can go on the Young SIOP page on SIOP website to download it and then read more and understand more about how this great network works. I'd like to let you know that we are the fast growing network in SIOP. Our membership is over 1,000 now, Okay, so I mean, Luis just helped me now. It's also available on the SIOP Connect. Meanwhile, if you are not on SIOP Connect, you are missing a lot. You are missing a lot. Please sign up, get there, just update and be on SIOP Connect. That's where you get full information about the happenings of SIOP, what is going on in SIOP, what is happening, and that's where we also communicate and pass messages to everyone. Thank you so much for your time. I know you might have a question that you might want to ask. Just you can put it in the comment section. We will be willing to answer your question. Don't forget to tweet about this meeting on Twitter now and also on our social media. Just tag us. Daniel is there to give you a retweet immediately. He's going to do that. And we have Nancy also here to give you a like or a retweet from the SIOP platform. Right now, before I leave your face this time, it's time for somebody to be a winner. So get your phones, get your network. Now go quickly to the link or scan the barcode now. And then win a prize for yourself. Don't forget to use your real name and your email. So I'm gonna allow these for the next 70 seconds, maybe. Okay, I think people are doing it now, right?
Yeah, we're receiving responses. It's fine.
Oh, perfect.
I have 7 right now, so I'm gonna leave it open for a few more minutes.
Okay.
So I'm going to move on, but as you can see, the link is in the chat. So if you are just
the
joining,
link has been dropped in the chat. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Pia, can you see the link in the chat?
So,
yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on now. So I'll pass over to Luis, and then we move on.
Okay, so the link for the raffles in the chat, I'll leave all the links open until the end of the meeting. So if you've missed one earlier and you want to scroll back through the chat, you can do that and add your answer even if you missed the earlier one. So I'm going to speak very quickly from a vice chair standpoint, and then later on, I'm also going to let you know about some things from a specifically membership standpoint. So as we set up the terms of reference as Kariti went through, the vice chair responsibilities fall largely on our non-Congress related activities. So for that reason, a lot of the mandate that I have taken on as part of my area of I guess my remit is a very weird word, but it is actually technically the right word, is a lot of our elections and our administrative capabilities, as well as our non-Congress related education, social media, and communications. So Kariti alluded to elections. So as our terms of reference dictates, the terms of our steering group are now 2 years instead of 3 years, which should allow more individuals to have experience and exposure to participating at the leadership level and allow for graduated responsibility from a steering group member into a vice chair or chair position, depending on their interests within the time frame allotted to individuals in the Young SIOP Network. Because we are time limited by our ages, this allows a little bit more leeway for people that want to get involved, but they didn't get a chance before they got too old to be part of the network. So we should have vacancies available on our steering group, up at least 3, if not 4, coming available for election, excuse me, in October 2024 for a 2-year term. One of those positions is my position, which I vacated when I took over the vice chair role. And 2 of our other steering group members are up for re-election should they choose or to vacate their position. But anybody who is a Young SIOP member is eligible to apply for election. We certainly do consider historical contributions to the Young SIOP Network in one of our working groups or in a liaison position when we shortlist our candidates, but certainly that should not stop you from applying if you're interested in becoming involved. And information regarding those elections should become available in the coming months as the term will start in October. We also have 2 open elections or campaigns right now to elect liaisons or representatives to the Young SIOP Network, to our brand new Epidemiology and Outcomes Network, as well as our Education and Training Committee. So I sent that out by SIOP Connect last week, but if you are interested in holding either of those positions, we are hoping that we have somebody going to the Epidemiology and Outcomes Network who has either a degree or significant working experience doing epidemiology type research. And for our Education and Training Committee, we are hoping to find somebody with at least in a position of their terminal training in pediatric hematology oncology or having completed training in order to have the perspectives required to support the activities of each of those networks and committees. So we're accepting applications until the end of May. You can submit your CV and a letter of interest to our email address, which I'll have later on in the slide, but it's just young.siop@gmail.com. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out by email or through social media. We also do not currently have representatives or liaisons to the Young SIOP Network within Oceania, the Nursing Network, the Supportive Care Network, or PPO. And those are not formalized positions. They do not exist in the terms of reference. However, we do think that there is benefit to having a point person and connection between our network and each of those networks. So if you are somebody who is already active in one of those areas and is interested in coordinating with our network, we would love to hear from you. And we'll be continuing to work on filling those availabilities in the coming months. So a couple of new initiatives that are kind of ongoing from the Young SIOP Network standpoint is that we've been talking about running a global membership survey for about a year now to really understand the needs and interests of the Young SIOP Network on a global scale and understand some regional differences within different continental branches of what might be worthwhile for us to pursue as a global network, but also how we can best support our continental branches in the endeavors that they are each doing within their own areas. So we're hoping to launch that membership survey later in the summer, and it'll continue to be open at least until the Congress in October, at which point we'll likely close it following the Congress and start to act on some of those results. In development, we also have some non-Congress educational webinars, which Gabby will tell you more about in a moment. We've been talking a lot about how we can best support transitioning our Young SIOP members into leadership positions within the Young SIOP Network and elsewhere in SIOP, as well as some of our older Young SIOP members that have had experience working in a leadership capacity within our network, but now are perhaps getting too old to exist or want to move on with their careers, and how can they get involved and connected to other parts of the SIOP global community, and whether we can formalize that process in a kind of mentorship capacity within SIOP as opposed to a global career mentorship program. So that's something that we're thinking about and we're going to continue to explore. We've also had some discussion with certain individuals about the possibility of us hosting and supporting a podcast, which could be a joint career development and educational type thing that would be accessible to our global members. So if any of those things speak to you, we would love to also hear from you. If you have experience running any of these things or interest in getting specifically involved, these are opportunities that are coming up. And certainly we would love to have your experience in one of our working groups to help support starting any or all of these activities. So I'm going to pass it on to Gabby now to talk a little bit about our education, hoping that you're still here, Gabby.
I am still here, but I don't know why I can't open my video. The host stopped it. But anyway, I'm here, if you can hear me. There you go. So hi, everyone. I'm one of the co-chairs for the Education Day. Just a brief summary of what we do. We basically have 2 main activities. The historical one that we always do is to coordinate a program for the Education Day that is part of the Congress, the SIOP Congress. The way we do that is that we meet every month, and between all the members of our working group, we create a program and we select the speakers and we contact them. So it's a lot of work, but it's a great job to have and to participate in SIOP, as we have the opportunity to select topics that they are not otherwise part of the main Congress. So things like access to care, addressing struggles and a solution, or virtual education that they're not typically topics that are part of the main scientific programs. Those are things that we can explore within the education day. So for this year, for Hawaii, we have to show you today 2 of the sessions that we're planning to do. One is a joint session that we're doing with the Nursing Network, CCI, and Global Health Network that is about access to care. And then another very interesting session for all of you who are interested to come is about virtual education and to reflect a little bit of the impact that it has on all our education and how we can improve it or move forward or incorporate it in a better way in our lives. We always have the Expo Lunch, which is an activity that maybe most of you have joined in the past or you're planning to join this year. You're welcome to apply for that. The link to register yourself for that is not available yet, but it's going to be soon. So you need to be pre-registered and then select a table with a topic that you might be interested in, and then you will have your spot. We also started this year with non-Congress education webinars. The idea of that is just to organize 2 webinars based on the 2 most popular sessions of the previous Congress. So SIOP 2023. The main 2, the 2 ones that we're organizing is one about relapse and refractory ALL. If you went to Ottawa last year, it was the one about too many choices or too few choices for relapsed ALL leukemia, but we're going to give it a little twist to adjust it to the needs of young professionals. And the other one about supportive care in pediatric oncology and how to incorporate guidelines in our daily practice in places where it may not be that a reality. So you're more than welcome to join us. We're a very friendly group. We include a lot of you, and anyway, let us know if you want to be part of it.
Daniel, you're up next.
Hi, how are you? I'm Daniel Morales. I'm a pediatric oncologist from Mexico City. And I joined Young SIOP like 4 years ago, and I have worked very, very happy with all these people that are in this same project. So as you know now, social media is a really important thing in our community, in our early day life. So Young SIOP represents the interests of young professionals in the field of pediatric oncology, as our term said. And we have 2 things to do. First, create a network, as Luis explained us. I have been here for a couple of years, and it's hard to understand how SIOP works. But now it's an opportunity that there's a chance for any one of you to join and work in the paths you want. But one of the things we have to do as Young SIOP Network is to make all the members, and especially the young or the early career health professionals, to grow professionally. So this is what we want to do. So for this term, the Young SIOP Social Media Committee have 3 main aims. First, extend educational professional opportunities in the field of pediatric oncology. So if you know and you follow our social media, you know that we share some of the opportunities to join some congress, some conferences, or some meetings, that it's important for you to improve your professional career. But the most thing, and I can witness this, it's to make a really heavy or really hard network with other health professionals. As I always tell them, you are not an island, especially when you just finish your career or your fellowship or whatever you are working, you feel like alone in your space. But what happened to me is that when I joined Young SIOP, I started knowing a lot of people, and now I can say that I can talk and share my ideas with anyone all around the world. So these connections that having growing in my professional life, I want you to share and have this opportunity to do wherever you want. So this is what our second aims, and I think this is working very, very good, because we actually during this year we want to connect the young professionals of pediatric oncology to the big oncologists we have in SIOP. So we have to build these connections. And the most important, and we are working every month and every meeting and every day, is to build our Young SIOP identity. We are a very big group with the same aim to improve the outcomes in our patients or in our wherever we are. But I'm sorry, we have to do it as a group. So this is our aims in the social level. So can we change the slide? So I know we're Young SIOP, and our audience is our content it's focused on the young people, but we want to build a bridge from all these young people that will be the leaders in the next years, and they are working now as early career professionals, to all the people that are leaders now in your country, in your region, and globally. So as we are Young SIOP, we want to build a very hard bridge with all oncologists and all these experienced people who have been working in pediatric oncology for the last years. And so we are Young SIOP, we all are young ever. So we want to be inclusive, we want to know what's happening in pediatric oncology all around the world. So we have this group that is a lot of people working all around the world in different countries, in different languages, with different ideas, with different economic problems, and different focus on different fields, nutrition, oncology research, basic research, clinical research. So we want to improve this and know the ideas of whatever you want to say in any language, in any region, with some different ways of thinking. We want to hear you, and we want to share what you are thinking, how you are improving locally in pediatric oncology. I'm a hard believer that whatever you do locally, you can impact globally. And I can witness this from my chair here in my office. I think we are doing a lot of changes globally and regionally in pediatric oncology. So we are a group, we are not alone. You are very welcome to join and everything. This is our main social media. We have another one, we have a blog, we have some other things, but we are working a lot in Twitter, now X, oh well, thank you, Luis. And Instagram and Facebook. LinkedIn, it's a little bit slow, but as you see in these charts, we have again some rich and more followers and a lot of content. So if you want to say something to all the world via Young SIOP, you are very welcome to join. You are very welcome to contact us and let us know what are you doing there. If you've had a conference, a meeting, a reunion for patients, I mean, this is the main focus on professional content. But if you want to share anything, an idea or some research you are doing, or something you want the people inside want to know, let us know and we can share it for sure. But if you want to join us, Luis will tell you how you can join and become part of this big professional and network. But the most important, I'm sure you will have a lot of friends all around the world who have the same aims, that it's improve the outcomes of your patient and in your hospital, in your place, in your country, your region, and for sure globally. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Daniel. So I'm going to briefly give an update from the membership committee, and then Aaron, if you're still there, you're welcome to speak about our collaborative event in Hawaii. So the membership engagement working group is something that I established less than 2 years ago as a way to kind of house many of the activities that and things that we needed to be doing as a SIOP, Young SIOP network that didn't really fall under our education or our social media. And when I was first invited onto the steering group, what I got tasked was managing our website and some of the communications, and it has certainly grown from there. So from a communication standpoint, we are responsible for a newsletter that we put out quarterly, and that goes out through our SIOP Connect platform and is also being posted now in other places. I also am the one who has been managing our SIOP Connect presence, and certainly we would love to have more individuals who are interested in helping grow and establish our presence on SIOP Connect. So if you haven't already registered, it is a great place. It's basically like a social media site specifically for SIOP. It's a way to build your community and networks. There is a message board. You can comment and chat with anyone. If you're looking for opportunities, if you have an event you want to advertise, anybody is able to post into SIOP Connect. You don't need to go through our social media committee. And certainly if there's any questions, it's always an open forum for you to be posting and putting those up there to invite discussion with other members around the world and invite comments and consideration from our steering group or our working groups. And it also allows us a means of contacting our global Young SIOP network. So if there's something that needs to go out through email, we can do that through the SIOP Connect platform. So we really do encourage anybody who has a SIOP membership to make sure that they've signed in to SIOP Connect as a way to connect to the network. And certainly maintaining your membership within the Young SIOP network will continue to maintain your access to SIOP Connect, because only current members are actually able to log into SIOP Connect. We also maintain our communication with our liaisons and representatives across the working groups, networks and committees, as I mentioned earlier. We also support a lot of the administrative components of the Young SIOP network. So that's things like our awards administration, including our Rising Star Award, elections and applications to be liaisons and representatives. And we also support a lot of the kind of working group administration. So anytime we have new applicants to join a working group within our Young SIOP network, the applications come through our committee to review and help place you into the best working group that suits your interests and your capabilities, and to make sure that you're getting the most out of your involvement with the Young SIOP network. So certainly if you have any questions or trying to understand how things work, it's a great place to start. We are definitely growing our numbers within this working group because we're expanding a few of the things that we're trying to do, and are looking for new ideas and new folks to help support some of these initiatives. Some of the engagement components that we are working on include building relationships with our liaisons and representatives. So we've started inviting them to come to our meetings on a biannual basis in order to kind of have a formalized connection and also update each other on what's going on. We're going to be running and launching the membership survey that I mentioned earlier. And this is the place where a lot of those new ideas and new initiatives are being developed. So, for example, the podcast, we don't know where it's going to exist yet. We don't know which working group is going to own it, or if it needs its own working group. But some of these new ideas are getting discussed and fleshed out within this membership engagement group as a way of trying to understand how we can connect and support the needs of our network on a global scale. And then Erin, if you're there, I'd love for you to chat about our collaborative event. But if you're not, I'm happy to speak about it for a moment.
Erin, sorry, we cannot hear you. Can you unmute your mic? Thank you.
Sorry about that. Thank you. Yes, I'm excited to share with you today about our collaborative event. This is a really successful event that we've had for several years now. The goal of the collaborative event, which takes place at the annual Congress, is really to provide a networking experience for both our colleagues that we have collaborations ongoing with, but also so that we can meet other other Young SIOP members from low and middle income countries. We have quite a large support system for our members who are coming from low and middle income countries, and providing a space for network specifically for those members has also been a main goal of our collaborative event. And so we generally also have some senior investigators invited as well, so that there's also an opportunity to discuss perhaps mentorship opportunities, as well as the opportunity to discuss ongoing ideas or items that Young SIOP members are experiencing, at their institution, and how to really move their career path forward. So the collaborative event has been very successful in, uniting both senior investigators with young investigators, promoting mentorship, as well as providing a space for our members from low to middle income countries to also have an opportunity to really have a networking, a prime networking event. So this year in Hawaii, I'm sure it will be a beautiful event. We are currently narrowing it down to 2 venues, both of which are, quite close to the Congress. So transportation should be not an issue. And so we should have those spaces, make decision on those spaces by the end of this month. And then I think one of our main questions that as a steering committee we have been considering is, okay, we have this fabulous event that occurs at the annual Congress, but how do we really keep that sense of camaraderie and collaboration moving forward throughout the year? How can we build on the momentum of our participants at the collaborative event in person, throughout the year to continue to provide support and for career development for our, young SIOP members. And so as a steering committee, we are now considering ways that we can continue engagement throughout the year, in addition to our, wonderful collaborative event that we have in person at the annual Congress. So stay tuned, and I look forward to seeing you in Hawaii. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Erin. So I just wanted to briefly shout out and celebrate Dr. Shazadi Risham, who is this year's Rising Star Award winner. It's been announced formally through the SIOP channel, so she's well aware of their winning the award. So I'm really pleased to celebrate the fact that the Rising Star Award exists, we felt as a Young SIOP network that there needed to be some form of recognition for Young SIOP members in particular that were launching themselves on a significant career path that weren't really ready to be winning, a career lifetime achievement award, but certainly still deserve celebrating. And we've been really pleased with our applicants over the last 3 years of its existence. And all of our applicants are phenomenal individuals doing great things in their communities. And Dr. Risham will be speaking at our Education Day in Hawaii, a little bit about her experience of developing the first palliative care program for pediatric oncology in Pakistan. So congratulations to Dr. Risham, and we look forward to hearing her speak at the next Congress. So I have the pleasure of giving you your third raffle question. So once again, scan the QR code, go to the forms link, which Anelia has kindly put into the chat again. So you can click on that or scan the QR code. Make sure to use your email and your full name if you want to be eligible to win a prize. This specifically prize is for getting a guaranteed spot at our collaborative event at SIOP Hawaii. Normally those are first come, first served. So we really hope to see you all there. So I'll leave it open here for another moment. And then in the interest of time, I'm going to move forward, but the link will remain in the chat, which you can scroll back to and answer if you've missed it. Oh, and our third secret word. I forgot that that was there. Write down your third secret word. All right. So the next section of our presentation, I recognize that we are already 1 hour into our webinar, and we're going to try and keep these brief and succinct, but I do want to take the opportunity to introduce you to many of our liaisons and representatives across the different networks and committees, and many of them are here today. Karina, who is our Nutrition Network representative, sent in a video, which I will play for you, but I believe Azizat, Arliette, Anthony, are all here, as well as myself as the membership committee. I'm not sure if Alejandra's here, I'll double check. But if you are here and you're able to briefly unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and just state what your role is within your respective committee or network, and how people can contact you if they have any questions. We'll try and keep them brief, no more than 1 or 2 minutes for each person, so we can keep moving forward. So without further ado, I'm going to play Karina, and then I will call on each of you to see if you're able to unmute yourself and chat really quickly.
Hi everyone, my name is Karina Vianney. I'm a dietitian and I work in São Paulo, Brazil at a pediatric oncology hospital called Itaci. I also have a role as Regional Clinical Research Manager for South America within IPAN, the International Initiative for Pediatrics and Nutrition. Within SIOP, I have been a co-chair of the nutrition group when we were affiliated to PODC back then, so focused on developing countries. Currently, I'm the Young SIOP representative within the Nutrition Network. The Nutrition Network has a focus on education and on creating a network for research and collaboration. And I think within that context, the Young SIOP Network can be very helpful and have great opportunities for collaboration with us. We have monthly educational meetings in the Nutrition Network, attended by nutritionists and physicians and nurses. And we would like to invite somebody from the Young SIOP Network to talk about scientific writing in one of the months this year, because we think it would be a very important collaboration. And we are, any of us, also available to collaborate with you in your education programs, being online meetings, or even the Insight SIOP conferences. You can reach me by email at any time to represent this bridge between the Young SIOP Network and the Nutrition Network, and we are all keen to get involved. Thank you.
All right, I hope that was okay. Azizat, if you are here, would you like to unmute yourself and say hello?
Yes, hello everyone, and good afternoon. Thank you, Luis. My name is Azizat Ajose. I'm a young medical doctor from Nigeria, currently working as a clinical and research fellow at the NSI Youth Cancer Center. I'm also very involved in pediatric oncology advocacy, also working in that capacity for a non-governmental organization here in Nigeria called the Dorcas Cancer Foundation. I'm honored to have been the Young SIOP representative for the advocacy committee over the last 1 year. And for me, it's been a great learning experience. I've had the privilege to work on this committee alongside seasoned professionals that are at the peak of their career, as well as people that are involved in both local and global advocacy for pediatric cancer. In our role, the advocacy committee basically determines or coordinates regular meetings. We usually have them monthly, where we basically discuss pressing global issues that are related to childhood cancer, upcoming events around childhood cancer advocacy, and try to develop strategy documents and policies related to advocacy, especially when it concerns especially when there are issues that concerns children that are with cancer globally. With regards to updates, I'm tasked with providing the Young SIOP committee on upcoming events or conferences around childhood and adolescent cancer. For the next couple of months, there will be 2 coming up, which I would endeavor to send out to the Young SIOP team. We have the World No Tobacco Day of this year, which is to be celebrated on the 31st of May 2024. And the theme is protecting children from tobacco industry interference. And then in June 29, 2024, there would be the Childhood Cancer Survivors Week, of which SIOP and CCI is developing a webinar on it that is themed around stigma and communication. That can be seen on the SIOP website for anybody who is interested to register for it. I would love to encourage all Young SIOP members to get on the weekly SIOP bulletin that tends to advertise this program. In all, I'm grateful for the opportunity and I look forward to doing more with the SIOP team. Thank you.
Thank you, Azizat. I'd like to invite Arliette to speak next.
Hello, everyone, and good morning from LA. It's 6 a.m. over here, or 7 now. I just joined SIOP just this past year and was recently elected as the Women Leaders of Pediatric Oncology, or WLPO, Network Steering Committee YSN representative. So I've been acting as the liaison between the Young SIOP Network and the Women Leaders of Pediatric Oncology Network, right? And a lot of my work revolved working on the Armenian Cancer Registry with Dr. Gevorg Tamamian, and kind of threw me in this past year. And so as over 60% of SIOP members are women, and the second highest category within SIOP is young members, it's really key to cater the SIOP activities to consider these demographics, right? So some of my responsibilities thus far have included participating in regular WLPO meetings, discussing matters such as like the WLPO social media and the upcoming SIOP convention, why, so on. Some updates from WLPO would be to highlight the recently released Almanac of Women Leaders. So you should have been receiving emails from WLPO SIOP showcasing some outstanding women and their work in SIOP community. These women come from a variety of professional and personal backgrounds from all over the globe. Another update would be celebrating the success of the March 8 campaign. For future reference though, timelines and events and campaigns held by YSN could be now coordinated with WLPO so that both networks can further amplify their work. Because I am newly elected, I just wanted to say I look forward to serving in this role, and my contact information is going to be provided in the chat for anyone who has any questions regarding WLPO.
Thanks so much, Arliette. We're excited to have you as well. Next, I'd like to invite Anthony to speak. I think I saw you join, Anthony. I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, we'd love to hear your update around the Publication and Endorsement Committee.
Hey, Luis. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak. So my name is Anthony Liu. I'm a pediatric oncologist originally from Hong Kong, and currently I am working at Toronto Sick Kids. So I have joined Young SIOP since the Lyon meeting. I think it's back in 5 years ago already. And since 2021, I had the pleasure to represent the Young SIOP Network to be part of this Publication and Endorsement Committee, which I think of you should know, but if not, now you know. So this is really important because I think this is going to be relevant for a lot of educational research and publicity events that you might have in mind. So many times, SIOP takes part in such event as a collaborator, and also sometimes we would like to use the network of SIOP as well as the brand name, logos in some of these efforts that we have in mind, just for purpose of publicity and engagement. So this particular committee deals with the collection and review, and most of the time endorsement of these efforts. And I think it's a very educational experience for myself to be part of this process as well. So I think there are a number of key themes that comes up recurrently when we receive many of these submissions that will lead to potential endorsement. That includes engagement of our SIOP members, engagement of Continental branch leadership, and also thinking about themes that will appeal and be of interest to SIOP membership at large. And there are also more fun details about which are the sponsors that you would like to be involving and collaborating with. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And there's also quite nice resources on updated website, which is part of the main SIOP website of the committee. So I will just drop my email in the chat, and so feel free to let me know if you have any questions or could be I have. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Anthony. I'm glad you're a lot closer to me than you used to be. Next, we have Alejandra. I didn't actually see whether she's still in the chat or not. I'm just going to quickly double check.
Hi, hello.
You
I'm
are here, great.
Just waiting for this moment. Well, my name is Alejandra Casanovas. I'm a pediatric oncologist in Argentina. I work at Elizalde's Hospital, that is the oldest hospital in Latin America, pediatric. And I'm part of Young SIOP from, I think, 4 or 5 years from so now. And since PARC has started, that PARC is a program for advancing and research capacity for pediatric cancer clinical trials in low-income countries and middle-income countries. I work there, and it's really nice how I learn a lot being there. And well, the idea is to provide support and guidance and find support to those groups in low and middle income countries to generate and research capacity and help them with I would say with money and other things. There are some prizes that have been given last 2 years to 3 or 4 groups in those countries, and there are for improve research capacity globally, not for something special. But then we gave 2 more prizes to young investigators to go on with their some projects more particular from one tumor or one sorry, I have a lot of things in my head and a lot of people waiting for me, and I'm a little nervous, sorry, for special works that they are developing. And in SIOP, in Young SIOP, I'm part of the social media group, working with Daniel, and well, I'm active in SLAOP too, that is the Latin America Continental part of SIOP, and well, I'm writing down my email if you want to write me. Well, I'm available. I'm sorry. That's all.
That's great, Ali. Thank you so much for being here and for talking. I'm going to briefly just say I'm also a liaison to one of our membership committee. So as it's a separate role outside of the steering group work that I do. So the membership committee within SIOP includes representatives from all the continental branches, the SIOP Secretariat, the Secretary General, and really is focused on the administrative components of increasing and maintaining our SIOP membership on a global scale. So recent initiatives that they have spearheaded have been the re-evaluation and rejigging of the pricing structure to make it more equitable, in which I helped facilitate some of the calculations to support those decision making. And certainly a lot of the membership decision making around advertising and retention. So some of the things that as a Young SIOP representative I've been involved with was pitching the creation of the Rising Star Award as a membership incentive for Young SIOP members. And we've been exploring other ideas on how to continue to maintain and increase our membership. So I'm very excited to continue to be part of that. And certainly I'm happy to transition the role to an incoming steering group member in the fall at the end of my term. And so if this is something that you're interested in, absolutely that position will become available. But I think it's been a really great opportunity to meet some of the leadership around the world and really affect some change and advocate for needs that from a membership standpoint, the Young SIOP Network requires. So if you have any questions about specifically membership, I'm also happy to answer them. And my email is everywhere, I think, on the Young SIOP website, but I will also put it in the chat if you want to reach me directly. And then I've also snuck in my 4th secret word here. So if you're keeping track of those and you want to keep writing them out, please write this one down. This is 4 of 5, and you need all 5 correct in order to be eligible to win our grand prize. So make sure you write that down. I'm just going to write my email. chat.
Okay.
There we go. All right. And our second to last raffle question. As before, this is to get a guaranteed spot and your choice of table or expert that you want to speak with at our expert lunch at SIOP Hawaii. So scan the QR code, go to the forms link, which has also been posted in the chat as before, and answer the question. Please make sure to include your email address and your full name, which is registered with SIOP, because only SIOP members are eligible to win our prizes. And thank you so much. I'll
Okay.
let Karidi talk about this.
All right. Thank you so much, Louise. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying to this time. Sure, you're having a great time. Please don't forget to answer the raffle, and then someone is going with a prize, definitely, after. Okay, so I just want to talk about the International Young Leaders Group, the history and the goals, why we have the International Young Leaders Group. So far, the Young SIOP Network has been trying as much as possible to see how we can expand collaborations and how we can at least touch everybody and every where there's young people, there's young SIOP, where we can encourage collaborations, have people to work together, have their voice heard, regardless of wherever they are, collaborate on programs, collaborate on initiatives. And I think before we evolve into the Young Leaders Group, there has always been a meeting, there's always been a discussion at every Young SIOP between the Young SIOP and the COG, to see how we can better collaborate, how we can better do. So out of those embodying of understanding, out of those embodying of discussions, so there is a bit of an idea and say, see, we need to just do more than just coming to Congress every time. No, and then we need to do more than that. So what can we do? How can we reach ourselves? How can we collaborate? How can we foster things to move on? And so the Young SIOP, the International Leaders Group, is created to build this collaboration. So young representative from Continental branches and the young LMIC, which has emerged into the research unit of Global Child now. So what we do is we platform to serve as a place where we can address and consider members of the Young SIOP in every part of the world. So we are not just someone is in Africa, someone is in Asia, someone is in Oceania, someone is in Europe. We need to a platform that gives all these people an opportunity to express their initiative, to also work together, and which is so important. So I'm in Africa. I want to work with a young SIOP that is in Asia. I want to work with a young SIOP that is in Oceania. So this International Leaders Forum was created to foster and to galvanize that interconnectivity, how would I put it, inter-nation relationship, so that we can be able to execute and learn from ourselves and share ideas that can grow our community as Young SIOP and also impact the pediatric oncology positively. And so the initiative is set up to support various organizations representing the Young SIOP member. This support can be towards mentorship, education, networking, and activities that is around the continental branches. For example, just last week, the SIOP Europe Congress take place. In couples of weeks, other continents will be having their congresses, Africa, Asia. So the purpose of this International Young Leaders Group is to foster connections within that range. Okay, these are Young SIOP member being part of this Congress, So how are they connecting? How are they building? How are they networking? So that's why we set up this platform, and then we reach out to individuals that are in this continent to see how they can drive this alongside with us. So as we are driving collaboration, connection, and connectivity at the bigger side up, we wanted to narrow down to the continent, whereby everyone is being reached, everyone is being heard. Every continent understand its own problem, understand its own uniqueness. And so we want to deal with this based on the uniqueness of every continent. And the best place for our interconnection, our interaction, again, is the Young SIOP Net Connect. And so for you to get more information about the Young SIOP Network Connect, it happens, you have to get information about the International Leaders Group, you need to be connected on the SIOP Connect group, SIOP Connect on the SIOP website. So if you are not on that SIOP Connect, this is an opportunity for you to sign up now, and that's where you get information. And your eligibility to that page is to be an active SIOP member. That's what it costs you. And then we move on there. So I'm going to be inviting the International Young Leaders Group from different continents. They are here. From South Europe, I think Maria is here. I'm going to start from Maria. Dr. Maria, are you there?
Maria is just held up in clinic, so if she's able to join before we're finished, then we can have her speak at the end. But
okay, perfect. Okay, so let's just go to, I think, Rosanna from South Asia.
Yeah.
Hi, Rosanna.
Hi. I'm unable to start my video. Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, I cannot. Sorry. It doesn't allow me to open my video, but oh, okay, it's worked. Sorry. So hi everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Rosanna and I do work in Armenia. And this is a great opportunity for me to be one of international young leaders. And the main aim and the main goal would be to get all people together, especially in Asian countries, especially the young physicians, to know better about the opportunity of the SIOP and to work together in this region. So thank you very much for this opportunity and looking forward to talk to you and to work together later on.
All right, thank you very much, Rosanna. And then I move to South Africa. Hi, Jeffers. Is it there?
Hi,
Okay.
Karede. Yes, it's Jacques. Hi, everybody. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk. I would fall in the category where I am a young SIOP member that is, by extension, a little bit older than 40. But the reason for it is very evident. SIOP Africa has started reorganizing themselves more or less a year and a half ago, restructuring a lot of the internal processes and working groups, with now the aim of aligning itself with what the international organization is wanting to achieve. So hopefully this year, one of the great goals is to establish working groups, and part of that is to also identify more younger than I am, our SIOP Africa members that can then form part of the greater Young SIOP group. We hope that that will happen because currently there's a lot of new younger members being trained, which wasn't the case previously in Africa. So watch this space. Africa is going to show themselves to be a lot of rising stars in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jack. African, a lot of rising star. I like that, from Africa. Okay, so I'm going to move us to Swap. I think we have a video.
we do. So I mean, I can play the video and then come back, or just speak really quickly. So I think Adriana had to leave.
Okay, you
from
speak for Adriana, right?
Yeah, so I'm really pleased to support Young SIOP in North America in collaboration with Adriana Fonseca, who is a pediatric neuro-oncologist working at Children's National Hospital. She is a firecracker, and together we've been really excited to establish a presence of Young SIOP in North America, which did not previously exist until about 18 months ago. So we're really in our infancy, but things that we are working on from a North American standpoint are really to increase interest in SIOP in general in North America. Oh, I'm so sorry. We are working on creating some webinars and educational content that is specifically targeted towards trainees in North America as well. We also hosted a workshop targeted on professional development at the ASCO Congress in April, the American Society of Pediatric Hematology Oncology. So we are working on building the SIOP presence from a young standpoint in North America and collaborating with the SIOP North America board. And if you reside in North America and are interested in getting involved, please reach out. We would love to hear from you. And I think that's all I have to say. If Maria is able to join, I will come back to her, but I know that she's very accessible by email and is doing amazing things within Young SIOP and would not feel that it would be perfectly fine for you to reach out for her if you have any interest or questions about Young SIOP if you're a European member as well. So I will move forward to the SLAB video.
Hi, my name is Claudia Sampor. I'm a pediatric oncologist from Argentina. My role in SLAB, the Latin American branch of SIOP, is I am working as a delegate from Argentina, so I collaborate with the networking and communication between SLAB and the Argentinian pediatric oncologist. And I am also working as with the board of SLAB, the current board of SLAB, helping with the international affairs.
Hi, my name is Natalia Dassi. I'm a pediatric oncologist from Brazil. My role in SLAOP, the Latin America branch of SIOP, is coordinate the activities with the young investigators. During the past years, many oncologists have joined SLAOP to help improve access and education in the region. So we invite you all to join SLAOP and be part of this great society.
Last year, we started a new project with in the research field. We are coordinating a new program to promote research in the region called SLAOP Investiga. The aims of this program is to include researchers for all ages, but has a focus on young professionals. And we try to coordinate and try to join people who wants to investigate, who wants to do a research, but they have not all the tools to do it. So we have developed this program and invite all the people to participate. Our Congress will be, our SLAOP Congress will be on June 19th to 22nd in Guadalajara, Mexico. You are invited to participate. We invite all of you to participate. And it will be a nice moment to network, to know each other, and to start working all together.
Perfect. Okay.
If you want to join SLAOP or want to know more about what is new, please contact us.
We will be happy to work with you, to give you more information, and to have you as a member of our society.
All right. Thank you.
Hi.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, like you read, those are our international leaders. Please feel free to connect with them in your region. And we have one that I think we're trying to fill up. That's SIOP Oceania. we're still working on I mean, recognizing the international leader from SIOP Oceanian. And like we said, the purpose of that international group is for collaboration, is for connection, and it's for you to be able to identify as a Young SIOP Network member with your continent. And so when you, I mean, that's the purpose. And if you can connect, the email is there. You can send an email to them, and then when we meet at the Congress, you can also meet them physically. Thank you so much, everyone. And let me say thank you for everyone that stayed to this time. We really appreciate it. So it's my privilege and then to welcome the SIOP president. Okay, is he here now? Okay, yes. Okay. So I have the SIOP president here, Dr. Guillermo. Thank you very much for being part of this Young SIOP ABM. Thank you so much for joining us. So over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Correde, and thank you, dear friends. It is a great pleasure for me to be here today with you. I just could join in a bit late because we have also the park committee meeting at the same time. And we are happy to announce that we will be offering a new round of support from park. So that's why it was so important for me to attend at that meeting, because we had to take the decision on launching a new round of support from park. So we are very excited on that. We are looking forward to get more career awards. We are knocking every door you can imagine to try to get more career awards like the one we gave from the Nikon family. So I hope I will have good news before the Hawaii meeting with the launching of a new call. So I'm very excited and impressed on the amount of work you are doing at SIOP, and you are really the vital force of SIOP. I don't like to say you are the future of SIOP. I think that is a commonplace. You are the present of SIOP because the highest number of members are now young SIOP members. So it's a great work that you are doing. I welcome you, as Alejandra said, I welcome you to participate in the committees, in the networks. We do everything we can to include you, and I think there are many activities that are now growing up at SIOP. One of them is the global mapping, for example, that we have a proposal from Foundation S to make it even bigger and more impactful. So there will be a lot of research opportunities related to global mapping and to global health in general, global health research in general. So that is also a great news. We are going to have a bigger structure for global mapping, where you are, of course, invited to cooperate and propose research based on this data. This data is there to be used. So it's not like a static collection of data. We can do much more with global mapping. So there are, as I said, a lot of opportunities, a lot of interaction. Please come to SIOP Connect. It is our tool for us to connect, like Luis and others have mentioned. And we have to make it our own way of communication. It's a gradual process that will take a few months, but you are surely the ones that will take the greatest benefit of that. So there are only laudatory words for your work and your leadership. And I'm always here to listen for you, to hear from your proposals, to try to make it a reality. I'm looking forward to meeting you in Hawaii. It's going to be a great meeting. We have record numbers of people registered. So we are going to be a lot, and we are going to have a great Congress, and I hope we are going to have a lot of fun. So thank you very much again for the invitation.
Thank you very much, Ben, for being part of it, and thank you for this wonderful speech, and thank you for the opportunities that you also shared with us. I think that's important, and everyone, Young SIOP member, would definitely look forward to that. And also, just as we reiterate, it's important that we all, if you are a SIOP member, you are part of the like Texas job aid, that you have access to the SIOP Connect. And so all you need to do is to keep accessing it and then having more information about SIOP. Please do access it, and then you can get more updates. That is where we connect. That is our own virtual connection. Thank you so much. And I'd like to say a very big thank you. I'm sure by now there's a star that's come up on the screen again. And I think that's the last star for this event. And so someone should have picked the star, the last star now, and then having a winner. I'd like to say before I pass over to Louisa, I'd like to say a very big thank you to everyone. And maybe before we do this, Louisa, can we just take one or two questions or comments that anyone could ask? And then we can, no, before we go this, let's take the question and then we come back.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're pretty much done. I just wanted to make sure that folks had a chance to get this last raffle question. So Anelia, I believe, has put the link in the chat again. If you've been here the entire time, you should have all 5 of the secret words, and that is the passcode for winning the grand prize, which is a free conference registration at SIOP Hawaii. And so please do go to the link, scan the QR code, enter your real name and email. As we mentioned previously, only Young SIOP members in good standing who have paid their membership fees are eligible to win this prize. So please do go there and fill out the link. Daniel is asking everyone to turn your camera on if you're able to for a final picture.
So can we pull down this slide?
Yeah. And then just to let you all know, all of our raffle prize winners will be selected and announced on our social media in the coming days. I've relisted our social media here on Daniel's behalf. And we want to thank all of you for being here. Daniel, you need to tell us when you're taking a picture though.
Can you take out the slide? I just see some of you.
Oh, do you want me to stop sharing? Okay, hang on.
Yes.
I'm gonna just go to the last slide then and just say, okay, we're opening for questions. Come and join us. Here is our email. It'll also go in the chat. And then I will stop sharing my screen so Daniel can take a photo.
Sorry. Okay, are you ready? Smile. Let me have another one. Thank you very much. Get connected to the social media, please, and share every post.